Hello, my dear little green friends. We have the maybe quest or some type of activity to try to kill all 6 Ubers with Barbarian as fast as possible. Very interesting competition, and when I start to think this way, my first idea was I believe the as more crushing blow we have, as fast we low Uber health for that value, after which we can kill him very fast with maybe possible a bit different weapon. So my first idea was to have 2 different sets of weapons. On the first set, possibly it was good to have weapon with as much crushing blow as possible, and when I see the Uber almost dead, I switch to the other set of my weapons. It could have no even crushing blow, but could have much more physical damage and maybe even one shot the Uber. But this way have some problems, and I need to compare, and that's why I create this program. Let me see this program. Here we have 4 sections, and first 3 sections are created for the maybe for the last, for the 4th section, for the this tab you can see killing hits sequence, Uber killing hit sequence. What this program do? You can choose your Uber. You can specify your damage, average will be calculated. You can specify your chance of double damage. This is the combination of critical strike and deadly strike. You can choose what damage to use for simulation. Maybe good variation is to use average damage here. And also there is a field to specify crushing blow, but now this program works only with values, for example 100 or 50 yes, values percent of crushing blow, because for example if I specify here 50% of double damage, I just can, for example, we have here 1000, here 2000, and average will be 1,500 damage. I can simply increase this damage for 50% for simulation of clear physical damage, because there is no difference. We have 50% of hits with 100% damage increase, or we have 100% of hits with 50% damage increase. There is no difference in simulation, but here we need to randomly choose what hit must have crushing blow and what hit do not have the crushing blow. It's simple to do with such values like 50, 25, 75 or something like this. And also the last section is curse for Uber, and you have 3 options: no curse, decreepify or amplify. And after you specify all these values, you can press go. and see how many hits you need, and you see crushing blow damage, HP after crushing blow, HP after physical hit, and little summary here. Here you can see crushing blow deals 90% of the damage. With red, the last stage of the killing of the Uber, it means the damage from crushing blow is less than the physical damage dealt to the Uber. Here also I show the part of the crushing blow, this in this last part of killing, and this need to me, if I use the two different sets of weapon to low Uber health and second set of weapon to kill him, I need to know how much damage I need to, for example, to deal with simple physical damage. For example, here we have 11 hits, for example, after for example, I switch there, it means it will be not 11, or possibly 13, 14 hits I need after this. Also I assume that the regeneration is stopped by open wounds. Also I assume this is the successful hits. It do not count here nothing about your attack speed. It do not count the chance of you to hit the Uber. You need just to do these hits. This you can see 1125 damage, not the average. Why? Because Uber has the damage reduction. So let's quickly see these tabs. First tab is just the information, basic information about each Uber. I do not write here that Uber Duriel has level 6 aura Holy Freeze. It's very strong, really, because it could lower your damage twice, for example, or maybe even more if you do not fight with this. Also, look, I tried to find this data on the Blizzard forums. I could not find, so I hope I view many different sources and I decide that this data you can see here is most clear, and this is the right actual data for now. Possibly you can find better source of information, so that's why these all values do not hardly printed inside the program. You can change these values. Here you can see some interesting things. Every Uber has the damage reduction, every Uber has chance to block. This is possibly the max value of the HP that Uber can have. Uber as well have this basic value of defense, and he has 27 level chilling armor, which gives him 175% of defense more. What about such skills like Battle Cry, Cloak of Shadows, even maybe a Conviction that lower defense? I believe that values will subtract from this value. So with plus 175, he have 275%, and for example, if I have minus 120% defense. With my skills, for example, it will be subtract from these values. So for Uber Israel and for Uber Bale, you can see here he has even more chilling level of chilling armor, 37. It means 225 more defense. These values I also found different sources. You can find many different sources. I believe this value is much more correct. So you can see Uber Israel has less physical damage reduction, but also the same block. Lilith has maybe the lowest defense, lowest no, not low. Mephisto have lowest damage reduction and low block also. Yes, lowest block. So probably it's the best way. It's the easiest Uber to hit, but also know that her attack rating 30,700. So I believe without block you cannot achieve even if you want such levels of defense to be protected against her attacks. Okay, what is also interesting, Mephisto have low physical damage reduction, Diablo 50-50, and look at this bastard. He has the most value for the defense and 55% of block. It means you can never reach even 45% of chance to hit him. Okay, second tab is to help you calculate your damage. It is few weapons which we can choose to use. For example, Grief, for example, Last Wish maybe could be a good variant. Also, very important part of the calculation is the attack speed of your attacks. You need to have cannot be frozen property, because without it you just can do nothing. And do not forget the Duriel has also the Holy Freeze aura, and you can do nothing against it. You can only try to increase your attack speed and have a good bases or good weapons with high basic attack speed. For example, okay, let's I explain what you can see here. This is to this section is to get the real and actual damage, physical damage your char have. Here you can specify the max and the mean damage for your weapon. This is the weapon ED in enchanted damage. Here mean max damage on you have. Here the flat damage like on Grief. So all these attributes you have in the sequence of how do they apply. So at first the program takes, or the game takes this value, it increases by this value ED, then adds mean and max damage, then adds flat damage, then it counts the ED from off weapon sources. I put another field for sources like auras. Yes, so this is from items, this is from auras, not smite. Might, it's my small mistake, but nothing special. Concentration, fanaticism, halt of Wolverine. Also, as I remember, have enhanced damage, so you can put these values here, and you must know all this damage will be increased by these values. Also, there is ED from straight and dexterity. Different types of weapon have different bonuses. For example, bows have 1% per dexterity of enchanted damage. Some types of weapons, like assassin gloves, have both bonuses from each straight and dexterity for swords, and probably you will have especially the swords. It 1% per straight. And you get the ED from straights. For example, if you have 94% of straight, you will have additional 94% of ED here if you use the sword. Also, you need to know property damage ED versus demons applies also after flat damage, like this, like of weapon ED, even if this damage on the weapon. So it's very good for Grief because it has flat damage, and 185 is just the maximum value of damage versus demons increased. And here what we can see, AD from skills. Yes, you can, for example, if we use the Barbarian, Whirlwind and Mastery AD, you can put here probably. And after you press results, you have your damage. Min hit damage, max hit damage, average damage. Also this. Yes, that's it. Yes, that's it. And these two values, it's also very interesting. From Mastery, you can have near the 31% of critical strike. And you also can have deadly strike, possibly if you use Grief, for example, like here. This is the values that already here is just something like you use Grief. Grief has 20% of deadly strike, also 10% on Gore Rider, 15 on Guillaume Face. What it will be? It will be 45. These values do not stack, but they work separately, and this will be equivalent to this value. How do it calculate? In 31% of we have the probability of the critical strike, 69%. We shall not, but from this 69%, 45% will have deadly strike, and this value will add to this 31%, and we have 62%, pretty good value to have double damage. I call this chance of double damage 62%. Also, it's good to know your chances to hit Uber, because you have here the sequence. You need to know how often do you try to hit the monster, the Uber, and what chance to hit this guy. So you can say, for example, I have 20 hits in possibly in second. This is a lot. Okay, we have 10 hits per second, for example. And if you look there, you can say after, for example, for Duriel it will be 4 hits per second. For Visual it will be 3, possibly with half. For Lilith almost 5. For Mephisto almost 4, or yes, almost 4. For Diablo also almost 4, and for Baal less than 3. With such values, I put here the level 95 because if I 90, yes, 95, because if I try to do this on ladder, possibly it will be easy to add Barbarian with level 95, but a bit difficult with level 99, so I do not put here absolutely maximum values. Still, you can see what we program automatically takes data from this section, defenses, levels 110, this is already specified, and this probability of blocking. You can see here two values, first value without block, second value with block. Not all Ubers have 50%. Some Ubers like Lilith have 40% and Bale have 55% of blocking, so there is a reason to put this second value here, and also this is maybe more for fun. You can also specify your block and your defense, and you will know what is the chance this Uber will hit you. 96% for Lilith. I believe you know that it can't be less than 5 and more than 85, but I do not complex my program here, so you just need to read these values clearly. We interested about these values. This is you need these values to know what level do you need or what attack rating do you need if you have some level. For example, now I have on single player Barbarian level 85, 95, sorry. So what can we say here? For example, let's increase a bit. For example, this value of attack rating. It's a bit better. For example, this value, 30%, yes. Even for 30,000 of attack rating, we have only 31% to hit Bale. You must know this is a very big amount of attack rating. For example, Whirlwind not a skill that have a huge bonus for attack rating, so you need to do something to have such a value. For example, if you have 40, yes, only 1% added. So you can see, let's try 45, 33%. What a bastard. 50, only thought the 34% to hit Bale. You can see what a terrible chances, for example, but you also but I also can say you can here see the Duriel has maybe not a bad chance to hit, but also if we knew it can slow you, for example, for 50%, Duriel can significantly slow you. So, for example, you can have less attempts to hit. For example, here on Bale you can have 10 attempts to hit and possibility of 30%, and here you can have maybe possibility 44%, but you can have 6 or 7 hits or even less. So also you need to know Duriel, especially if you're not watching anything about your attack speed, also could be very bad for you, for example. So we see the situation. I believe values near 27,000 of attack rating is good, because if you want more, you need to add a great amount of attack rating. It's possible, but it's difficult, and it could lower your other properties of your hero and what your hero can do. So I believe amount of attack rating near 27,000 is good enough. Next you need to be wary of is your attack speed. Maybe the Phase Blade, one of the best choices here, which you can have. And let's finally reach this. You can see hit damage here is even much more than here, than I specify here. Oh, yes, indeed. I already showed you how it works one time. Yes. As you can see, all all values that counts here is the Uber hit points, Uber damage reduction, and that's all, because it do not care of your chances to hit or about your attack speed. You can use for simulation minimum or maximum damage. For example, we can put here minimum damage and look, 63 hits you need in with average damage. You need 57 with max damage. If we use it 52, yes, max damage better, but we here use the average damage. For example, if we put these values, and 62% here average. Let's see what we have. 46 hits you need to kill the Uber. 83% of the damage will be dealt with crushing blow. Your damage you really deal to Ubers will be this. Why this value? Because this Uber you choose here has the damage reduction, and your chance to have the double damage is this the combination. For example, here use the average damage, this value near 3,000, it's increased by this and decreased by Uber physical resistances. So really the Uber will get from you this amount of damage. You can see this is a pretty good value, 46 hits, because let's calculate a bit. You can reach, for example, 4 frame per blade possibility to hit on the Phase Blade, 4 frame, and 4 frame for first blade and 4 frame for the second blade. So it means you can have 12.5 attack per second with, for example, Griffin phase blade. And even with possibility near the 30%, you can have near the 4 hits of the Uber Bale, or near the even more for the Diablo, for example. Yes, and let's imagine, let's divide this for the 4 real hits per second. You will have 11 hits, not 11 seconds, not so bad, but not great. Yes, and let's do this. Apply the curse for the Uber. I press the button go. How many frames, how many successful hits do I need? 22 without decreepify, 46 with decreepify, 22. Why this happens? Decreepify decreases the damage reduction of the Uber. They have near the 50% all, and you need to know the crushing blow is affected by the damage reduction. It couldn't be increased by the negative physical resistance, but it could decrease damage from the crushing blow if the physical resistance is positive. For example, for Uber, it's 1/8 part of his actual HP, actual hit points on hit when crushing blow is applied, and it's also divides by 2 because if we don't use decreepify or amplify, it will the Uber Diablo, for example, will have 50% already. And this means this curses like decreepify or amplify decreases effectiveness of your crushing blow, maybe near the 2 times or even more, because there is not a linear forget the word, excuse me. What you need to see, the part of the crushing blow damage here is also very big, near the 84% of the damage Uber get is from the crushing blow. Also, it's applied to the damage you really deal to the Uber. You can see here, physical damage you deal the Uber is also increased, but the part of the crushing blow is continue to be the most part of the damage. And even if I use amplify, 22 hits, 19 hits. The part of crushing blow a bit less, but still this is almost 80%, so it's a very significant part of the killing Uber. I will not show now you each Uber and different variation. I can say you, I also put here, for example, you can use face blade with 6 sockets and put bears and arm runes here to get just crushing blow and open wounds, nothing else. You can put here the clear damage of the face blade without any additional buffs. You will have the same situation. The difference between decreepify and amplify will be not great, possibly few hits or something like this, and the difference between no curse and the creepify curse will be near the half. Or if you use the creepify, even the creepify, you killing ubers 2 times faster. Also, this of course you can say about the amplified damage. In this program, version 1.0, you can change this value because, as I say before, it's easy to simulate the double damage here, just increasing your physical damage by this amount. But if you want to simulate crushing blows, you need to randomly generate a sequence of hits. One of these hits will have crushing blow, the other do not have crushing blow. You can trust me by my word that I do this for a simple values of crushing blow like 50, 25, 75, and I could say you the difference in killing speed with 100 percent of crushing blow and 50% of crushing blow is also 2 times. If you have 100 or near 100 crushing blow, you will kill Uber 2 times faster, and anyway this part will still be the same. I do not get part of crushing blow less than 65%, maybe 69% was the lowest part of crushing blow in my tests, which I have. You can put here the maybe the absolutely maximum values which you can have with bar from single hit. You can put here the low chance of crushing blow, and you will see anyway crushing blow deals most part of the damage anyway, and but the number of total hits you need to kill the ubers will be highly dependent on this value. So my conclusion from my simulation is the most important things if you want to kill uber as fast as possible is to have as much as you can crushing blow, because as I say, the difference between 50% and 100% is double. And also you can see here that any curse decreepify or amplify, in some case amplify better, in other case decreepify could be better because it slows ubers, they did not run around too much maybe, or do it slower, or hits you a bit less than usually. So but there is no a big difference in killing speed between these courses in my simulation, but without you have 2 times longer sequence of killing. You can see here, yes, 46, yes, with the creepify you have 22. So this is my conclusions from these simulations, and finally I want to show you what I decide to do here. Look, I try to do a bit interesting build, not to okay, this is not the first variation I try, but I try to make it simple. Of course, we have angelic. At first I think possibly you can put the Raven Frost here. It also gives you attack rating and so on, and possibly this will give you opportunity to use, for example, other belt or other helm, but the attack rating we need it, and I can say I have it. You now see without enchant I have 20,000 with half, little more than with half. Believe me, after enchant I will have near the 40,000 even with Demon Link. I do not need the mercenary from the third act here. Of course, he's much better, his enchant lasts much longer, but there is some differences. Also, after Angelic, maybe the absolutely important thing here is Line of Hands. It's very simple item, but 20% increased attack speed. We need it to reach more less frames per attack. 50% of course of fire resist also good, but 350 damage to demons, it's a very huge increases of our damage versus demons, and it counts as off them as off weapon ED, so it increases these values we have here. I shall return here and explain why I use this here a bit later. Also, here the Gore Riders. Probably at first I also think the Marrow Wolves also could be the option here, especially for Uber Tristram, because it has the charges of Bone Prison to maybe to catch, for example, Mephisto, who likes to run away or something like this, or Diablo sometimes also could run away, but do not think this is very necessary and absolutely good idea. So maybe the Gore Rider also absolutely best in slot here, because 15 chance of crushing blow, deadly strike, open wound, it's all you need to kill faster. The next options here, Beyond Phase. Probably in different builds you can use very interesting options. The Rune Ward Metamorphosis. This Rune Ward designed as the Druid Rune Ward, but you can use it also as yes, you can use it also because I create this Rune Ward in the, for example, in Diadem, or you can even create it in Barbarian Helms, for example. It works than Beyond Phase only in one option, I believe. Have 25% of crushing blow, but also you can use, for example, Beast and Wolf Howl, the unique barbarian helm, to transform into wolf and into bear and get the marks of the wolf and of the bear. It will give you damage reduction, life increase, attack speed. It could be very well option. But in this build I need as much as possible crushing blow, and Beyond Phase and Gore Riders already give me 50%. As I say, we need value near the 500%. And here I use the Flash Reaper. Why Flash Reaper? There is one problem with Whirlwind. You can have your attack attempts, yes, Okay, I will be short. The Flash Reaper have range 1, with the Faceblade have range 3. So it is much less possibility that you will hit other monsters when you trying to attack Ubers. You know? You understand what I mean? That's why Flash Reaper could be very interesting. This I can say this is a bit fun, maybe built in some case, but no, it's very interesting possibility. And using the Flash Reapers, but not Griefs in Faceblade can be very interesting. Because you focusing the single Uber much better and you can kill single Uber much faster using the Flash Reaper. Also look at its statistics. It have a good damage. For example, if you want really to make the record, you can use even the ethereal variant of the Flash Reaper with yes, I put the bare runes to have as much crushing blow as possible, and you can see here I have 95% of crushing blow. Not 100, but almost there. Also, I use here Trangul. Why? Maybe for some fun, you can use here the 10% open wounds crafted belt but I decided to do it simple, you know. But I put the Javel 15-15, you can see that 15 all res, 15 increased attack speed here. Flange Fanged Knife is a very good base. It have -20 base speed, but it's not -30 as Phase Blades. So it's a bit slower, and you need more increased attack speed. I do not remember exactly. Is it besides do it gives me additional frames, for example, can compare to the Phase Blade? But I believe yes, probably yes. Also, this Flash Reaper gives me slow staggered. Also, it gives me -50% of target defense, which can be useful to hit monsters better. And it have everything we also need: crushing blow, deadly strike, chance of open wounds. With this chance of open wounds, I believe it pretty good. So we stop the regeneration of the Uber very fast. And I do not show you what armor do I use. There is a few options, and Enigma is very strong because you need teleportation, but it do not have resistances, it do not have any damage bonuses for you. So maybe the Nudge Spuzzler is the best options here. Also, you can use here the Demon Limb to have enchant. Good variant is to use Fortitude because it gives you 30%, 100% of damage, enchanted damage, but it do not gives you a lot of resistances, it do not gives you skills, it do not gives you damage reduction. And this armor will give you such options. You have here 200% damage to demons. As you can see in my simulations, the clear physical damage is not so important as the crushing blow, for example. And with all comparison I have made, I made the conclusion the chains of honor here in this build is much better and different than from other different builds. So I use this. You can see what it gives: 65% of all resistances, 9% of damage, physical damage reduction, damage to demons, 2 skills, 20 straight, and a few other features. The amount of defense is not so important here because you know Ubers have a good value of the attack rating, so they will hit me anyway. I do not have shield in this setup, so they will hit hard me. Okay, let's see the final stats. Damage reduction 8%. What, 35 increased attack speed. Faster and walk. Hit recovery, it could be better. Yes, let's see what I have here. Perfect torch, perfect time. Of course, this is the edited hero. This is not a ladder hero. And look at these charms. I do not use charms with maximum damage, but possibly it's a good possibility. Good options to use it, but I use still Grand Charm of Vita. You can find such charm with this, and you can also use the Steel Grand Charm of Balance, for example, to have more attack rating. Also, you have here these charms. Probably life is not so important here, but you need resistances. I believe maybe the weakest point of this build, you need a bit more faster hit recovery. Maybe it's better, but I do it very fast. Maybe a few minutes before I record this video. So let's see, damage goes to mana, minus target defense, 550 damage to demons. It will increase this damage, 6.5 times damage to undead, do not interesting, 60 chance of open wounds, 63 chance of deadly strike. With 31% from mastery, it will do the job. Also slow staggered and also chance of crushing blow. I believe it's a very good build. For my first idea, it could be something like I could use the face blades, 4-socket face blades with 3 arms and 3 bears each to reach high amount of open wounds and crushing blow. And on switch it could be, for example, griefs or something like this to finish the Uber. Also, it was the options to have last wishes. It's also a good option because it has high amount of a crushing blow, and also it has a huge ED, and even in face blades it will be a good damage. Simple physical damage from such weapons, but last wish do not have open wounds, and it creates additional problem. So we need to think about it. Maybe the grief so it will be the 2 sets of this, yes, but here you need some kind of teleportation, and choose it, switch it for Enigma. Maybe, possibly, but there is a problem, you know. And I make it simple and make it easier. And let's see what about my mercenary. I also give him chains of honor because of damage reduction and because of high resistances. I give him this Ariat face with charm rune. because it had a lot of good features for the barbarian. You can use here, for example, Kira, but this may be a bit better option. And here two Lawbringers. Also, we both shall use treachery to achieve fate. Before we go with the for the Ubers, with this we will have enough. He will have enough resistances, and I will have enough resistances to fight. Even 3 Ubers in one time. He will get additional, and I will have also additional damage reduction. And I tried it 1 or 2 times, and I can say you possible, even more than possible, to keep him alive versus Lilith, and he do not fear Duriel or Isual, and maybe he even do not fear the Diablo himself, but all 3 Ubers could kill him. Yes, this is true. But it depends now, not maybe, yes, it depends from skill, but also it depends from luck. How lucky would you be, you know. So it's possible to keep him alive with this reduce also in Uber Tristram. He will hit very good, and all that guys will have the creepify. Maybe not from the start, maybe not immediately, but surely. And it increases your killing speed of the Uber pretty good. This is okay. Let's try. Let's do this maybe. Let's see. I do not open nothing. Yes, maybe we make save and exit. I'll show you. Level 95, single player. Well, now let's do the correct sequence of our deeds. Now I believe the only bad thing about this build, not very correct. Value for faster hit recovery. It would be good to have a bit more faster hit recovery. Here is the preparation. You see. Also, you can drop this here. Yes. For example, because sometimes things goes not as you expect. Possibly now we could do this. Now we could do this. Chains of honor. And you. Next, let's. Yes, sometimes it could be so. Okay. Do not understand. On him, on me. I'll show you a bit. Okay, you see, almost 3000. I can switch here. And put it here. Also, what we need? Chains of Honor, his Chains of Honor, my... I will not forget anything. Maybe no. Okay, probably the best place to get fate fast is here for both of us. Also, you know, I put somewhere... Oh no, 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 don't kill him. We need to be struck. Please. Yes, they could kill him here. But I really need fate, you know. And he really needs it. Would you do this? Hmm.
Thanks.
Oh, no. Guess you can try to run. No. Why not? So bad. I believe we already got a lot of hits, but still we don't have fate. Not me, not him. Actually, yes. Probably he will have already. Come to me, please. Come to me, what? What the fuck? Yes, he got. I do not have. Please hit me, guys. Hit me, guys. Ran side of you, please hit me. I'm running. I'm easy to keep. Hit me, please. So, I don't know, but I believe it must be already, but it's not.
I'll put that to good use.
Please, give me fate. 5% chance, yes? Game is trolling me. How many times I need to... Oh my god. Seriously? Really? Still no fate? Maybe I should go to the fire jungle? Guys, what the fuck? Why still no fate? I speaking to the blizzard, if you understand, yes? Oh my god. Still no fate. 5% chance. At last. Let's do it again.
I can't carry anymore.
And let's go.
Not here. I can't. Impossible.
You see. Gotten sense. Okay, not the worst variation. Even without the creepify is already fine. Yes, with the creepify it's much better. Lily could be very hard because it could be a lot of
I can't carry.
bad girls near her, so yes, already.
Impossible. Thanks.
But now you can see the creepify saving me and saving him. You see, it was really very bad situation, but you can see the creepify saves us all because you understand, yes?
Good afternoon.
And now, I believe I need to do this way. Come here, fucker. That's all. My mistake here, I need to...
Citations.
Okay, I try here now him to recover him, but he do not have the fate. I need to focus Mephisto as fast as possible, you know? It was the key. Fuck. But still we can see. Where are the guys? Well, let's do this without him. His finishing is not so fast as... Where is the Bale? My strategy here was to kill first Mephisto, because it give me a huge bonus against others too, because Merc will surely survive this. No, you see, here... Oh, this summons... So yes, it was fail here when my Merc, my mercenary died first time. He started to hit the summon. Maybe this is my mistake. No, this actually my mistake. I need to physical view. I need to teleport with him directly on Mephisto, and he could start attacking him. And after you see under Decrepify, he's dying very fast. And after that, this is almost sure. I kill all other guys because there is it would be no conviction, and my Merc will survive, even if fate in some way disappears. This is not a problem anymore. So you can see this build could be very good. Can use some different options, of course. I make this program as I say, yes. For example, here in damage calculation, I check few variations. Here you can see the attack rating. Probably you need you can use a different program to find out your frame speed of attacking, of attempts to hit. This is also not an easy question, because you can have some different bases which have more damage than Phase Blade, but in many situations Phase Blade have greater speed. For example, you need to understand the difference between 4 frames per attack and 5 frames per attack. It's 25% of your damage, for example, and 6 frames per attack, it's 1.5 less damage for you compared to 4 frames attack. Also, Duriel Holy Freeze has less effect on the base blade. For example, if you have base blade and some increased attack speed, anyway, you will have 5 frame attack. You could have 5 frame attack. For example, it's no other, maybe no other base could give you such speed, even the flanged knife. Yes. Probably I have something here. Oh, yes. Let's see. This a bit interesting. Barbarian, Whirlwind. Okay. Funged knife, yes. How do it calls? Yeah. 26% for frame attack. Yes, it is a reason to have dual with 15% attack speed here. And now let's try. Oh, also we could put here funged knife. Okay, and let's make 6 level Holy Freeze. So I will have on Duriel these frames. 32%. I have 35, so yes, this is a good variation to have 15% increased attack speed dual in the G phase, to have a 6 frame attack with some magic. You can maybe reach even this. For example, let's imagine what can we do. We can try. We can frenzy, for example. It's surely no, still no, but my level of frenzy is near 8. Yes. So you can see, for example, if I use frenzy and if I use metamorphosis and 25% increased attack speed from Mark of the Bear, I will got even 4 frame attack under the 6 level Holy Freeze with Duriel, for example. But do we need it? I really don't know, or don't think so. I believe even this is maybe what can you do if you don't have 15-15 dual in the G phase, or you're using a bit different belt. So you can see 6 frame attacks is not so hard to achieve, and even 5 frame attack it's absolutely possible to have with funged knife on the Duriel, even on the Holy Freeze Aura. Without Holy Freeze Aura, this is all fine. You can have 6 frame per attack. You have very small range, so you can do. Yes, this build is depends on mercenary, but as I say, you absolutely possible to keep him alive. Absolutely possible. You just need to do correct things. Because as a source of decreepify the Reaper's Toll, this is bad variant, of course. Also, you can try to have the amplified damage, and there is a few sources of amplified damage you can have, but maybe 2 best variations is Lacerators, but you need to use Frenzy. And as I remember it's not a so great level on Lacerator of the amplified damage, so possibly it will disappears very fast. Oh, not so fast, but pretty fast. Another variation is Gavel of Pain. Gavel of Pain is a good variant, possibly, but it has have only 3 charges. So where do you probably invest way you need to save all these charges for Tristram, I believe. This run I just show you was a bit difficult when I fight the Lilith. You see, it was a lot of.
Yes?
It was even a boss pack, as I remember, near her. It was a lot of bad girls around her, but still he could survive this. So it was some kind of maybe of accident that the strategy was to kill. I show you. You could kill very fast Uber with this setup. High amount of crushing blow and even decrepify, not amplify, is good enough to kill Uber very fast. I can say you really what chance to hit. Interesting. Horror Usher. What real chance we have to hit there, but I believe we have probably 4 attacks per second even with Bale. No, 3 surely, maybe 4 attacks per second with Bale. So you see the killing sequence as I called this. So this is my min max damage, possibly it's even do not change, yes, and here it's almost do not change, it do not count the critical strike and crushing blow, so my real damage is a bit more than this, so I believe it's good. Maybe my real damage is near, let's imagine. This counts maybe only ED from the Whirlwind and Mastery, but also it must be here 155. Yeah. Yes, I check. It works with Blade Mastery. This is a dagger, not the sword, but I check this. I do not put points here at first and look at my attack rating and on damage when I put these daggers in his hands and I start to increase this skill and I see the attack rating and damage of the whirlwind also start to rise. So I understand that it works. About skills, Howl Max, Battle Orders Max, Shout, and Battle Command 1 point. Max Blade Mastery, few points here. Iron Skin, increased attack speed. Also, I put few points here in case I could use Frenzy, but not so necessary as you can see. Max Whirlwind. So 155 and 20 means 4 times, 5 times. What 60 must be? Oh, maybe it will 4, maybe it takes... and maybe it also takes the bonus from dexterity or from straight, I do not remember exactly how it works. Can try works, but look, I 5, yes. Maybe it also have some ED from dexterity and straight. So with this and this damage possibly doubled. So I have damage near 700 and maybe 50 up to almost 3000, and this is without deadly strike and critical strike. So with this it be a bit more. Okay, 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 guys. I'll show you what I want. Good night.